Digital housekeeping and common sense safety. Organizing your digital space. Think about your computer like a house and your phone like a car. Your computer or tablet is your digital home. And just like in real life, it doesn't matter whether you live in a house, an apartment, or a trailer. It also doesn't matter what kind of digital home you have either. A desktop, a laptop, or a tablet, it can still work for you. A phone is a little different. Just like a car can be useful, but it isn't the ideal place to live, a phone isn't the ideal digital home for your college life. One thing to remember about your devices is this. Just like homes and cars, if you don't organize them, clean them, keep up with maintenance, and protect them, things start to go wrong. Let's start with organization, because if your space is messy, everything else becomes harder. Imagine all of your classes mixed into one pile. No folders, no labels. That's what your computer looks like when everything is saved in one place. Instead, create separate folders for each class, just like binders or folders in real life. And name your documents clearly. Document 26 doesn't help you, but ENGL 1010_SA2_outline, now you know exactly what it is. Name your files clearly according to type and version. That way, you don't accidentally turn in a rough draft for a final grade. Browser bookmarks work the same way. Folders are like labeled storage bins, and each bookmark folder should clearly say what kind of bookmarks are inside. Once your digital space is organized, the next step is keeping it from getting cluttered again. Cleaning and maintenance for your digital spaces. Even an organized space gets messy if you never clean it. And just like a messy room can make it harder for you to find things, a messy computer storage space can make it take longer for your computer to find and load files. Clearing your cache is like taking out the trash. It's just temporary junk, but if you let it build up, things slow down. Cookies are different. They're like junk mail that follows you around. Ads, pop-ups, reminders. If you don't clear them out, they just keep piling up. You need to clear your browsing history, cookies, and cache weekly, especially if you watch a lot of videos or go to a lot of websites. And sometimes you just have too much stuff. Optimizing your hard drive is like reorganizing your closet and drawers to make things easier to find. In most cases, all you have to do is check a box during setup to have your computer optimize your files automatically every week, but you need to make sure that setting is turned on. Moving files to cloud storage or an external drive is another option. It's like putting seasonal clothes in storage boxes. You still have them, you just don't need them in your main space every day. A little maintenance keeps everything running smoothly. Now that your space is clean, the next step is making sure it's protected. Digital safety precautions. Not everything that shows up at your door is safe. Scanning files and websites with a site like virustotal.com is like looking through a peephole before opening the door. And logging out of accounts is like locking your door when you leave. If you don't, anyone can walk right in and access your account. This could be another student or even a hacker who's gained access to your personal computer. Your passwords are your keys. If you use the same password everywhere, it's like having one key for every door. Bad actors only need that one key to access all your accounts. Different passwords are like different keys, so they're more secure. And having a system helps you keep track of them without losing control. But be sure to protect your list of passwords by locking them with, "Yep, you got it," another password. Simple habits make a big difference. Now that you know how to organize, clean, and protect your space, let's look at what happens when you enter a new one. New digital spaces. A new computer is like moving into a new house. Nothing is set up yet, and you have to figure out where everything goes. The same is true digitally. Some new spaces, like your personal computer, you have to organize yourself. At first, your computer is just an empty space, and you have to set it up in a way that works for you. D2L is another new digital space. It's organized by your instructor, so it takes a little time to learn. Using D2L is like shopping at a new grocery store for the first time. At first, you don't know where anything is. You might wander around a bit trying to find what you need. But once you learn the layout, finding assignments gets much easier. Your college website works more like Amazon. It's easier to find what you're looking for if you search in the right department. At first, this can make finding information feel frustrating, but again, once you learn where things are, it gets much faster. The more familiar you are with the layouts of the digital spaces you use, the easier everything becomes. Once you know your space, the next step is using the right tools to get the job done. Digital tools and upgrades. You can do a job the hard way or the smart way. Digital tools are like real tools, and the right one makes everything faster and easier. For example, tools like MyBib help you to build citations quickly. You still need to proofread the work to make sure everything is put together correctly, but the tool can do most of the heavy lifting for you. The Pulse app is like keeping a planner in your pocket. Your phone isn't the best place to do full assignments, but it's great for keeping up with them. When you use reminder tools, it's easier to stay ahead of deadlines so you don't lose points. And updates? They're like routine car maintenance. If you ignore them, things break down. If you keep up with them, everything runs smoothly. Working smarter saves time and stress. Finally, let's talk about where you go when you need help or information. Digital reference materials. Sometimes you just need help figuring something out. YouTube tutorials can be very helpful. They're like watching someone show you how to do something in real life. They can help, but only if you actually follow along. Google or AI is like asking a group of people for advice. Some know what they're talking about, and some don't. So it's up to you to decide what's trustworthy. Your English 1010 and 1020 classes will teach you how to tell if a source is trustworthy or not. When you organize your space, maintain it, protect it, and use the right tools, technology becomes something you control, not something that controls you. Your computer and your phone aren't complicated. They're just spaces you haven't learned how to manage yet. And if you need step-by-step help later, you can always visit the NSCC Service Desk Knowledge Base or the Office of Online Learning YouTube channel for detailed how-to guides and tutorials.